Hey everyone, I'm Steph from wildfoxstitchery here on YouTube and on Instagram. Welcome to Flosstube episode number 5. If this is your first time joining me, I'm so glad you stopped by. If you like what you see, I hope you hit like and subscribe. And if you're returning, thank you so much for your continued support and your comments. I truly appreciate each and every one of you that takes time out of your busy day to spend some of it with me. It's been 3 weeks since my last update because I was gone the last 2 weekends on a cruise, which was a lot of fun. We had really nice weather. We were down in the Caribbean, so we stopped at a couple places in Mexico and in Honduras. Had a lot of fun there. I was able to still stitch every day. Did a lot of stitching on the ship, which was nice. If you follow me on Instagram, I posted my updates there, and I'll show you in a minute the project that I was working on. Yeah, so we were gone just about 9 days. The boys were home with Grandpa the whole time. They had a lot of fun, played a lot of board games with him, and continued to do their schoolwork while we were gone, which is one great benefit of homeschooling, able to plan ahead for that. So Grandpa was able to help them. Let's see what else happened in the last 3 weeks. I might put a couple of pictures from the cruise here because I got to see a lot of beautiful sunrises, which was fantastic. Our cabin had a balcony, which was really, really nice to have, to go out there and stitch in the morning and see the sunrise. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at everything I've been working on since my last episode in the last 3 weeks. We'll go ahead and start with whatever the first one I pull here is. This is a stitch along that I was working on before I left on the cruise. I am not caught up on it yet, but this is how far I am. This is Night of the Frost Dragon by FlossyFox shop. It's very cute. I really love this pattern. It's so bright and colorful. There were a few options for changing this druid, but I went with the original charted. So I still need to finish this section, and there is the rest of the house here to finish too. And I don't know if I will have that much time in February to work on this. If I'm gonna complete all my other goals for February, which we'll talk about later. That is how far I am on that stitch along. The next one here is also a stitch along. I have 3 stitch alongs altogether that I'm working on this year. So I was caught up on this one. There was a new part that was just released this last week, so I need to work on this too. This is the Secret Grove stitch along by Needlelot Designs. Love how this one's turning out. And both of these stitch alongs are on 16 count Aida. I'll go ahead and show you the third stitch along. I am not caught up on this one yet either, although I am currently working on it. This is the Mystery Stitch Along by Fox and Rabbit. I did finish January and I'm working on February. Coming a little closer here. This is 28 count Lugana 1/1. I love how tiny the stitches are. This is going to be a very big project, even with these tiny stitches. So right now, I've got a couple of greens. I don't know if you can tell, but this border here is the lighter color of green. So I will have that lighter green, and then there's a darker green. And that is, let's see how many colors that is. Seven colors, I think. So I'm excited to work on this one some more. I would like to catch up on this one before the end of the month. I think it's doable. The next project I'm going to show you is an ink circles project. This is the one I was working on while I was traveling. Cirque de Carreaux. This is what it looks like. I will try to find a picture of my starting point before the trip. I started this, let me look here. I started this May in 2018, but I did not get very far at that time. I was able to get quite a bit done on the trip though. So this is where I'm at. This is on 32 count Exotic Orchid Lugana. And I'm using a DMC thread. I'll take a look at the color here in just a second. This one was I chose this one to take with me because it was a paper pattern. I wasn't going to take my iPad. And then it was just the one color, which made it much easier for traveling. So I'm really happy with how that's looking. Let me see what color of DMC I'm using on this. 3866 is the color. Okay. I think I told you in my last episode that I was sick the week before I filmed that. And I'm actually still have that cough that came from being sick. So I do not know why that is sticking around for so long, but it's been, I had the cough the whole time on the vacation too, which was not that fun. Okay, this one is one of my full coverage pieces for February. I have 4 altogether and I alternate with 2 every month. And then it's also a whip go call. So with working on the full coverage piece 5 days a month and then the whip go call is also, my goal is also 5 days. That means I will be working on this one for 10 days this month. This is Charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. It is Queen of Hearts, artwork by Hannah Lynn. And I am working on, see if you can see it here. I'm working on this currently, so I'm not going to take it out of the hoop. Still a little bit squished in there. I've been working on the 310, as you can see, and I am to the end of the bottom of the project here. I only have these 3 partial pages to go, and then I'll be done with 310, which I'm really excited about. I can't wait to put some color in this. I believe I am on, let me see here. This is my 7th day. Today will be my 7th day working on this month. So I only have 3 more days after this to work on it. And looking at the number of 310 left, I probably will just barely get done with 310, which I was hoping I'd get to color this month, but that might not happen till April then, when it's back in its rotation. We'll see. Maybe I'll get a lot more stitching done this weekend than I expect. I am also trying to catch up on the Fox and Rabbit one this weekend, and and that's the next thing I was going to tell you about. There is a surprise new start. It is the new release, or one of the new releases from Long Dog Samplers, and I couldn't resist it. So I'm still only doing 25 projects in 2025, but I did kind of cheat and switch out one of my other planned projects that I was going to work on and put in this new start instead, because I really love Long Dog Samplers, and this one is great. It's called Fishy Goings On. I'll put a picture of it here so you can see what it looks like. I'm gonna stitch it to commemorate our cruise. I thought it was perfect with the fishy and ship theme. So I went ahead and started it yesterday. It's just a really, really tiny start, but I'll show you what I've gotten to here. So this is how far I got in a few minutes of starting it last night, but I want to work on this some more this weekend. So I have 4 DMC colors picked out. Let's see if I can show you here. I have these 3 blue colors, 3750, 826, and 932. So I'll be using these 3 shades of blue. And I'm also putting a little bit of gold in there, which is 680. So you can see that a little bit in the border here. So I'm very excited to keep working on this one. For this one, I'm using 32 count Lugana, 2/2. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to keep working on that one. I just love a new start, especially when it's a Long Dog sampler and I get to plan out where I'm gonna put all the colors and everything. That is my favorite part. So I don't have any finishes. I probably won't have any finishes for a very long time because all of my projects seem to be humongous. I love big projects, I guess. so it takes forever to finish them. I do have some things that I've bought, and also my Valentine's gift for my husband showed up like right on time, super early from what they thought it would be, shipping overseas. It's a kit that I ordered on eBay. I'll show you here. To me, it seems to be just fine. I opened it up and couldn't get it back in the plastic, so I had to put it in this bag here. But it's this kit called the Accolade Mergica kit. So it's on 16 count Aida, and it says based on E. Leighton painting. So I really like this one. I won't be able to start it this year, but it is all ready for me to start next year probably. So it came with all the threads here. Now I'm making a big mess, but that's okay. Put it over there for now. Okay, and I also, I don't know if any of you saw this, but Heaven and Earth Designs had a 50% off sale last week, the week before that, for a few days, and so I had been waiting for that because there was a pattern that I really wanted, but I was just waiting for the sale. So I will put pictures up here of these, but I got 3 Heaven and Earth design patterns, which I know I don't need anymore. I have so many patterns already, but I just love them, and I will stitch them someday, of course. So so the ones I got were, I got 2 Margaret Morales patterns. I got Satura, which looks like this, and I also got Lunar Goddess, which looks like this. Super excited for both of these. I wish I could join that stitch along that's going on right now for Margaret Morales patterns, but I just can't, since I already have all my 25 projects planned for the year. It'll have to wait till next year to start one of these. And then the one I'd been waiting for that I really wanted is this fox. It's called Fox in the Flowers by Ray Powers, and it looks like this. I can't wait to stitch this one too. I love foxes, if you couldn't tell by my username. So if it has a fox in it, I probably love it and have to someday stitch it. And then yesterday, Tilton Crafts had a sale, 40% off. And they had a code that we could use for that. So I got 1 more pattern. Of course, again, I didn't need it, but it was on sale. So of course I picked one out for 40% off, and I got Wonder Woman, which looks like this. And I am excited to stitch that someday too. I won't stitch the white background because that would just be silly. I'll stitch the middle part of the round part of it. I did get a couple more Etsy patterns as well in the last 3 weeks, because I guess next year I'll just be starting a project every week or something, because I have so many of them. I was also able to go through all of my my PDF patterns that I've had over the years and organize them, put them all on my drive so I have them, and make a list of all the ones I have so I know what I have, which is helpful. But I did buy a few new ones in the last couple weeks, like I said. I got Hobbiton by Soda Stitch. I'll just post pictures of them here since they're all PDFs. And Great White Christmas by Boomerang Stitches. Can't wait to stitch that one. Hobbiton is a little one, so I don't think that would take too long to stitch. It'd be kind of nice to have a few smaller projects that I can actually finish in a short amount of time instead of doing all these huge ones constantly. I also have one from Raven Stitchcraft. It's called Wood Witch. It looks like this. I like the idea of doing just a pattern with one color sometimes. Makes it super easy. And I like the look of these woodcut ones. I also got Garden of Whimsy by Tidy Patterns. Super cute and colorful. I got, hold on. Oh, Fairy Forest. The shop is Stitchcraft by Mary. And I'll post a link to all of these shops down below in case you want to take a look at them. But this one's cool and minimal colors, so I thought it looked pretty cool. And then FlossyFox shop was having a sale for Valentine's, so I got Corgi Toast, which looks like another cute and quick pattern I can stitch up. And I don't know if I told you before, but I do have a corgi. If you go by the scale on the pattern, it's a burnt corgi toast. His name is Finn, and he's the tricolor corgi. I'll post a picture of him here too, so you can see how cute he is. And speaking of dogs, I know I said in the beginning that I have 3 dogs, but we have our corgi, Finn, who is 6, just about 7 years old. He'll be 7 in July. And then we have a beagle. Beagles are awesome and loud. If you don't have one, be prepared for a loud dog. But super cute, super loyal. Never seen a more loyal dog than a beagle. And I'll post a goofy picture of him here because he is sometimes very hilarious. His name is Scout. And then I also have a Labradoodle, and her name is Remy. She's the youngest of them and the biggest pain. But they're all good dogs. What was I gonna say? Oh, I suppose we will move into plans. Plans for the rest of February. It's already halfway through the month. This month is going super fast. Let's see here. I have my other whip go call. The first one was Queen of Hearts. The second one is PeliCan. Courtney collection. This is another monochromatic pattern, which makes it nice and easy. I only have the paper pattern though, so I might try to scan it so I can use it on my tablet because I think that would be much easier. At the moment, I am just highlighting the pattern. And before I started, I didn't realize I should make a copy of it to make a working pattern, so I highlighted on the actual pattern, but that's okay. I guess I'll be keeping it. I am not very far, and I don't know which way this is. This way, I'm not really sure. I think it's this way. So this is what I have so far. I will be working 5 days in the rest of the month on this one. And I'm using DMC 939. for this project. And the other full coverage project for February that I need to work 5 days on is charted by Unconventional XStitch. It's just called Pirate Cat. I will post a picture of what it's gonna look like here. And I just started this over the end of last year because I wanted to use this easy count, easy grid, even weave instead of the, I think I don't know what count, but I had it on Ada before and I would rather use this. So I started over in December and this is how far I am. I need to work 5 days on this still. I'm actually caught up and got further than I was originally when I first started it, so that's good. I'm excited to work on this again. And all of my full coverage is, I believe I have 25 count Lugan or even weave, and then I'm doing 10 stitch with 2 strands for all of them so far. I'll probably continue to do that for any future full coverage projects, although I think I'm gonna try 28 count instead of 25 next time I order fabric for a project, which I won't need to do until next year. Next year, my year of all this starts, most likely. I'm hoping I can get really far on these 25 projects this year, so I maybe have a couple finishes. I don't know. We'll see. They're all so big. It's hard to say. Okay. And then I believe, yeah, so that's 10 days. I need to do 5 days on each of those, 3 more days on Queen of Hearts. There's the rest of the month gone. And then we'll see what we're working on in March for Whip Go, and I'll be going back to Queen of Wands and the Killers full coverage projects, the one I'm doing for my husband. And other than that, let's see, what else have we been up to here? It's Fargo, it's North Dakota. It's been super cold. Like, I think we have a cold warning today because it's so cold. We did go do a couple things already today. The feel like was -24 this morning when I went to the indoor track to run. I'm training for my marathon coming up in May. Gotta start cracking down on the training. Hard to do after being on vacation for a week and a half and also being sick, still slightly sick. So it's hard to get back into the running training mode. But going to the track today, it was this brand new place that just opened up, a community sports complex, and it's really, really, really nice. Really nice indoor track, and tons of people were there, so it got me back in the mood for training, because I know a lot of them, I could tell a lot of them were training for races this summer too. So that was good. It was good. I went there and did that instead of just sticking on the treadmill in my basement like I do the rest of the week, because it's too cold to go outside right now for running. Once it gets to 40 degrees, then I will start running outside. But anything less than 40 degrees is too cold, and I'm too old. I don't want to do that anymore. I used to go out all winter long and train, but no, I'll run on the treadmill until it gets to 40. Then I'll start going outside and getting some outdoor training. Yeah. I am not I like running, but I'm not as gung-ho about cold weather running as I used to be. In case you're wondering, I am 41 years old, so yes, I am getting old. And here's another thing that you don't know about me. I had a few years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, I think now. I think, yeah, 3 or 4 years ago, I had to have a hysterectomy. So that really messed a lot of things up, and things in my body are different than prior to that. So it's harder for me to run than it used to be prior to that hysterectomy. I don't know if any of you have any experience with that, but if you do, you probably kind of know what I'm talking about. If I have to run intervals now, so otherwise my hips start killing me. So I do interval running, which works just fine, and go almost just as fast in the end. So the other thing we're gonna do this weekend that's super exciting is our taxes. So we'll get that done, and then we have to get the 3 boys signed up for summer baseball, which is going to be here before we know it. With last year we had a game 4 nights a week and practice the other couple nights a week, so we were very busy every single day with baseball, and it will probably be that way again, although I'm not sure what days the games will fall on. We'll see. I have the twins, so they're in the same age group, and then my oldest is a year older, so he is in a different age group, obviously. So we'll be excited for some warmer weather so they can start practicing outside. Yeah, otherwise, that's about all I had going on. Working full-time, homeschooling the kids, cross-stitching in any free time left, and listening to audiobooks while I do it, and watching other Flosstube videos. That's basically my life, which is awesome. I love it. Wouldn't trade it for anything. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you in my next update in 2 weeks. Bye.